G'day, Will. Simon, just doing my video check-in for this week. Sorry that it's late. A few different things happened Friday and Saturday and just didn't get a chance. So I'm doing this late on a Sunday afternoon in the scorching hot heat that I'm sure you've been trying to stay out of as well. Training this week was pretty good, certainly much better than the week before. I had a bit of a focus on pushing the weights up a little bit harder and making it a little bit more taxing. So I sort of took your advice on percentage offsets from the pull squat to high bar and wound up bumping high bar up about 10 kilos this week, and went reasonably well. They were hard but doable, definitely, and similarly with all my other lifts. So I pushed the weight up a bit and pushed the weight on all the accessories, which is I think what the aim is of this section of the training block. Other than that, I think the lifts themselves were okay. I'll put up some videos and see what you think. So I think the first thing to note is that I actually paused the first rep on these. I paused all the reps on these. It's a huge advancement. I think that I'm staying a little bit tighter. I'm getting a little bit deeper. I know again that safety is sort of in the way, but I think that the depth is better than week one. And I think I'm staying reasonably well balanced over the center of my foot. Bench was pretty good. I should probably have pushed the weight on this a little bit more, but I still think it's probably within the RPE range. But yeah, not too taxing at this stage. And then with deadlifts, I think that I'm now pulling all the way through without either extending my spine or pulling my shoulder blades back. I think this is a good approximation of what we were talking about, but let me know if you think differently, you think I'm still pulling back or extending too far. Other aspects of training over the week, my diet was pretty good. I took a bit of a break last weekend and allowed myself some free eating, essentially, though I didn't go sort of completely bananas. It's just, chose to eat what everyone else was eating and for a couple of meals, and I think gave myself a mental break from the taxing aspect of having to eat certain things at certain times and limit myself on certain macros, which went pretty well, but I was able to sort of jump back onto the third tier this week. I actually felt pretty good, so I'm not particularly worried. I'll again over this weekend, just because I had a few events that I had to go to and dinners out and stuff, I wasn't able to be 100% compliant, but I'll just do it as much as I can, and whenever I can't, I'm not going to stress myself out about it. Like, I know this week I've got 2 work lunches that I have to go to, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get enough protein or enough vegetables in those meals, so I'll just eat what I can and go from there and work around it. So managed to drop some weight over the week, which is good. So it's still obviously in a deficit, even though I've had a few extra calorie meals. So that's good. That's going well enough. And then on the stress front, work's been pretty busy, and it's going to be real busy all the way up till Christmas. So there's nothing really I can do about that. We'll just keep training and keep moving. I'm finding I sort of prefer to do training in the mid-morning if I can, but it's not always possible. So I'm hoping to either do mid-mornings or mid-afternoons just to get it in. But other than that, things have been going pretty well, and yeah, looking forward to the 4th week of this training block, and I'm assuming that there'll be a deload at the end of that, but depending on how I feel, maybe I'll at the end of next week we'll see how we go, and maybe we can just go straight to the next block. All right, let me know what you think. Thanks.